The first one was about tradespeople. Obviously, you deal with landlords and tradespeople when you've got issues. What's your secret formula of managing tradespeople? Because I always find them a bit of a nightmare. They tell you to do, they're coming on a job, and then come Friday, if you go to the local pub, that's where they're going to be about 2:00. Apologies for all those tradespeople that don't drink, but for the majority. How do you manage that process, Jenny?
Well, we've got a whole raft of trusted tradesmen. We try and use the same people all the time. So the gas people, the electricity people, all of our key tradesmen we've worked with for years and years, and we have a fantastic arrangement with them. We can, dole out the jobs to them. They make it very easy to work with. They do what they say they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. They go into the properties courteously with the tenants. They access with the management key or the key from the key safe. Make it very, very easy to go in, do the work, and then they issue their bill and I pay it immediately because I know they've done the job that they've said that they're going to do. Now, occasionally we have to find a new tradesman to work with, and it's a nightmare. It is a nightmare because there is such a range of people's ideas of what's acceptable work-wise. Recently, we've had to work with a new electrician because ours was shielding, and he did recommend somebody for us to work with. And even his recommendation, I found it very difficult to work with the new guy because he didn't know the properties very well. He didn't know, he worked differently. He was very slow on invoicing. It was very difficult to get the information so that we could give it on to the landlords because his communication was low. And that might have been because he was taking on a lot of work from our main electrician. But we have got a core of trusted tradesmen that we work with, and we pay them immediately, and I feel very comfortable calling them out in an emergency because I know that I always give them the best service that I can give them, and they definitely do for me. The problem is when you've got to find somebody new. Maybe you need a roofer and you're not really dealing with a roofer. You've got to I go through somewhere like Check a Trade. I look at what their references are. I try always to get a recommendation. But anybody I work with new, I then have to go in and check that they've done the job. I have to stand behind them almost to make sure that it's done to the quality that I expect. Make sure it's done when they say. I have to tell the tenants when the tradesman's going in. So I need that tradesman to go in when he tells me he's going in. And I also need him to communicate with me. If something crops up, I'm a visual person. I like to get a lot of photographs back, show me what's going on. And if you're going to repair something, I want to see a before and after. So new people, I'm right on it because you need to be. Otherwise, you don't know whether they've done a good job for you. But if you've got a team, a great team of trusted tradesmen, that takes a whole lot of worry away because you know that if you've asked them to do a job, they'll do that job. And if they come across any problems, they'll communicate with you. So we operate in a relatively small area, and that means we can use the same team of tradesmen. It's not like we're spread, although we do work in Southampton and Portsmouth, and I don't necessarily, my Southampton people don't like going to Portsmouth, mostly because you can't park when they get there. But the team of tradesmen I've got have been with us for a long time, and I think it's worth keeping good tradesmen who are not going to rip you off.